Hello everyone, I'm Maurice Munene. In today's session, we are going to discuss how to calculate the median, how to calculate the lower quartiles, and also how to calculate the upper quartile, percentiles, and deciles. And with me here, I have an example that we are going to handle to calculate all those in statistics. So the question reads as the table below shows the distribution of heights of 40 students, and then we have to use this to calculate the median, lower and upper quartile, 80th percentile, and the 9th percentile. So to begin with, we are going to calculate the median, and we know the median will always divide the data into two equal parts. And this is the formula that we need to calculate the median. This is the formula that we can use to calculate the median. We know that our median is given by, so we have this one is the median, or simply what you are referring to as hem is given by the lower class limit added to, we had our total number of observation divided by 2, then we minus the accumulated class of the above class, accumulated class of the above class, and this we multiply this with our class interval that we have, and then we divide this by our frequency of the median class. And now for us to be able to get the position where our median class lies, we need to calculate the total cumulative frequency. And for us to calculate the total cumulative frequency, we know we had the previous frequencies. So our previous frequency here in this case is 0. So 2 plus 0 we get a 2 still, and then 2 plus 5 we get a 7 here, and then 7 plus 16 here we get 23. 23 here, and then 23 plus 9 here we get a 32, and then 32 plus 5 we get a 37, and then 37 plus 2 here we get a 39, and here 39 plus 1 we get a 40. So that is our cumulative frequency column. And now, because we have the 40 student here, remember for us to be able to get where the median class lies, we have to get the position of the median. And to get the position of the median, which is n divided by 2, this one is 40 divided by 2, which gives us a 20th. So we have the median class at the 20th. And where does our median class now lies? Our 20 is in between 7 and 13, so our median class is this. So this one is our median class that you're going to use. So being our median class now, we can be able to get the median of our data, which will be given by, our median here will be given by a lower class. Limit of this class is 154.5, and then this 154.5 we can add it to the position that we are given here is 20, then we minus the frequency, the cumulative frequency above the median class, which is 7, here. Then we divide by the class frequency of 16, which is the median class. Then all these we multiply by our class interval of, which is equals to 5. We multiply with 5. And if you calculate 13 minus that, this one we get is 154 now. 154.5, then plus 20 minus 7, this one becomes 13, and divided by 16, and then these we multiply by 5 outside here. And when we multiply this, if I do it with my calculation here, I am supposed to get this being 154.5, then plus 13 divided by 4 multiplied by that, this gives us 4.00625. And when we add these, we are supposed to get our median being 158 point 5.625. So that was our median, and if you look at that median, it lies in between these curves. So in the next, we are going to get the lower quartile, and we know that the lower quartile divides the data, or it is the median of the first half from the median that we get. Or simply, what we normally say about the quartile is that it divides the data into 4 equal parts. And for us to be able to get this where our quartile lies, to get the class of the quartile, we're going to say it is 1 out of 4 multiplied by n to get the position where that student has. So we are going to have 1 out of 4. Our n is 40, so multiplied by 40 here. And if you divide these and these, you're left with 10. So our lower quartile lies at 10th as position student. And you see, our 10 also lies between this class also, this class. So we know that to get the lower quartile here, we are going to say to get the 10th earth number, the 10th earth student height is equals to the lower class limit of that class multiplied by 1 out of 4 of n minus the cumulated frequency above divided by the class frequency, and all these we multiply by the class interval here. We multiply by the class interval. So now, in this case, our lower limit here is 154 still 0.5. Then all these we minus 10 minus 7 divide by 16, and all these we multiply by 5. And in this case, I'm going to have this one being, let me see, from my working here, and this one becomes what? So we are going to say that this one becomes, if I multiply this, I'm going to have this one being 154.5. Then this one added to 3 out of 16, then times 5 times 5. So in this case, this one will becomes 154.5, then plus 0. If I add these, I get 0.9375. And when I add this in total, I can get this one as 155.437.5, and that, you see, it still lies between these class. So the next thing is for us to get the upper quartile, and you know the upper quartile is the half of the last half in the median, if you consider the median. Or simply we can use this formula. Let's get So to get where the position of the upper quartile lies, we're going to use 3 out of 4. Remember, quartile divides the data into 4 equal parts of n, which is given by 3 out of 4 here multiplied by our data here, which is 14. Our data there, which is 14. So, and in this case now, I'm going to have this one being equivalent to 30th, to the 30th, because if I divide this by 1, and if I divide this, I get a 10 here. So 3 multiplied by 10 gives us a 30. So to get the upper quartile here, upper quartile, we are going to say that it is the lower limit of that class, and that lies in between this class here. That is where our 30th lies. Then this one plus the rain n all over 4, then minus the class frequency of the above class that we have, then divided by the frequency of that that upper mid class that we have, then multiplied by the class interval. So in this case now, my lower quartile here is 159.5, 159.5. Then this one I add 2 plus my upper quartile is 30th, then I subtract 23 and divided by the frequency of that class, which is 9. Then all these I multiply by 5, which is my class limit. So in this case, I'm going to have this one being 159.5 here, then plus 30 minus this becomes 7 out of 9, then this one multiplied by 5. And if I add this, I'm going to get 159.5. 159.5, then this one I had 3, this one plus becomes 3.885, and if I add, I get 163.38, then 8. So that gives us the upper quartile of our class. And if you are told to guess also the range, you can get the difference between the upper quartile and the lower quartile, that is the interquartile deviation. So in this case now, I'm going to get the 80th percentile. And to get the 80th percentile, we know that the percentile, this is the data divided into 100 equal parts. 100 equal parts. So to get the 80th percentile, I'm going to say it is 80, because we are dividing out of 100, because the data would be divided out, then multiplied by our n, which was 40 here. And in this case, I'm going to have the student who is at the second third position. And you can see that the second position also lies between what and what? That second position, it lies in between this class also here. So if it lies in between that class there, I'm going to say that my 80th percentile is equals to the lower class limit of that class added to the 80 out of 100 of n minus the accumulated frequency above divided by the frequency of that class, and all these I multiply with my class interval. So in this case, I'll have my lower class limit in that is 159 also, 0.5, then plus, here I'm going to have the 32nd, that is 32, minus the cumulative above, which is 23, divided by the frequency of that class, which is 9. Then all these I multiply by 5. And if I had this, I'm going to have 159.5, then added to that 2 minus 23, that is a 9. So I'll have this one being 9 out of 9, then multiplied by 5. And of course, you know that 9 divided by 9, that is 1. 1 times 5, that is 5. So I'll have 159.5, then added to 5. And if I add these, I'm supposed to have it being 164.5. 164.5. So that is my 80th percentile. So now to get the next thing is to get the decile. And you know, to get the decile divides the data into 10 equal parts. So the ninth hard decile will be 9 out of 10 multiplied by 40. And this one will give me the student who is at position, that the 6th hard position. So where does that 6 rise in between? So it lies in between this class. It is in between this class. So now to get the 9th hard decile, this one will be given by the lower class limit of that class, then plus 9 divide 9 out of 9 multiplied by n divided by 10, then minus the cumulated frequency above and divided by the frequency of that class, and then multiplied by the class intervals. Multiplied by the class interval. So in this case, I'm going to have my lower class limit here being 164.5, then plus my n whole over 10 multiplied by that was 36. So here it is 36 minus the class frequency above, cumulated frequency above of that 2. And then I multiply by the class the class I divide by the class frequency, and then all these I multiply by the class width of 5. So in this case, I'm going to have this one being 164.5, then plus, if I divide this, becomes 4 out of 5, then time is 5. And I can cancel this 5 and this, so I'm left with 4. So if I add 164.5 added to that, I get 168.5. So this becomes my 9th hard decile of that data. And that brings us to the end of this question. I was your trainer, Maurice Monene. And if you have found this video of benefit to you, please consider subscribing, like, and share. And the more you do this, the more blessings you add to this channel and to reach more and more students to benefit. Thank you very much.